Hello and welcome to the Arduboy dev stream part 79. Okay, so today I think we will work a little bit more on the editor. I will show you first some change I've done. Outside of the video, I've completed the whole level for the whole game, I think. And I reach again the full memory. I feel again the full memory. We may not even have enough space in program to store all the levels, but maybe we have some ideas to try to put everything in. But yeah, we are reaching the limit. Again, I will not show you this level. I just want to leave you some surprise how to finish them. Some of the levels at the end are quite hardcore. Even myself is quite difficult. There is some. There's one level based on timing also. No, so it's like it becomes more like a platformers. It's not purely puzzle. It's also try to move in the level, but fast enough. I will leave you the surprise, but I'm quite happy. It's the last level before the end, and yeah. So first I will show you what I've changed, mostly in the code, and then we will do some stuff in the editor. Just to finish this full game, try to put everything in. All right, so last time I leave you here with the support of the bulldog flag in the editor. Then I have add a new level in the MapData, so just the MapData, so I don't show you that. Another one, I don't show you that. Finalize the last level screen, the gray room, so the final gray room. And this I can tell you. So what did I change in the menu? Yeah. So for the final gray room, the final level, I thought I could reuse the main menu. So this I can show you. I thought this room, which is the first, okay, it's the room used for the main menu. I thought this room would be nice if we can have the grail. So the grail is here now, but it should be here actually on top. Yeah, so basically I can show you the whole structure of the game. I cannot zoom more. I can increase maybe a bit the size of the window. Okay, so basically now we are like four level vertically and 3 level horizontally, which means 12 level in total, right? And if you see the pass, it's doing something like that, right? So can I increase a bit more? Yeah, maybe I can remove this. Yeah. So we are starting here, blah 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 blah, and then go back here to the final room. All right. So I just wanted to reuse this and make an extra room, right? So so the what's no okay wait a minute, this should be here. Yeah, so this is why in the main menu I remove the stalagmites that I was drawing. I was just drawing some stalagmite because now I use the real one that I've placed in the level. So I use those one because they will also serve as gameplay for the final level. You know, basically the final level is quite simple, as you can see. I can just show you the final level. And here I will place the last statuette, by the way, but I just removed because we have some issue that we will try to fix today. Yeah, but basically it's very simple, just some stalagmite to finish the level. It's the delivery. The hardcore level is the one before it, just the one, just the one here. That's the hardcore one. Okay, so let me, okay. So because I draw this, I just want, I can remove the stalagmite that we were drawing in the level. I also remove the main characters, and by the way, that's another bug I should write. I write something in the to-do list to remember it. Main character position at the end of the game. Okay. So, and instead I draw a black rectangle. I fill black rectangle to cover the center part that I don't want to show in the main menu. So I draw a black rectangle here and here also in the bottom, but the rest I leave it. Alright, so that's a little change I've done. That save, by the way, that optimized a little bit. I think that saved some bytes, so it was also a good move in terms of progmem. Then we have fine tune, last level, tune shaking of stalagmite. Yeah, I just fine tuned the animation. I thought it was too much. No, not this one. I will come back. This one was too much disturbing, too much shaking. So change the shaping to -2 to just 1. So it's 1 1, which is 2 pixels, and then 0 1. So it's smaller. And by the way, I thought maybe I like the shaking, but maybe not so much now. This is, well, this can happen if you work on your game for a long time. There's some features you finally don't like anymore. So I'm wondering if I should replace the shaking by water drop, just like the stalagmite. So the two will have drop. It's probably less obvious. So I remember the shaking. I told you that when we implement the shaking is just to show that, okay, it's not very solid here, and if you go under it will fall. That's a clear message for the player for sure. But so that's the game designer talking to you. But now you have the artist talking to you, and the artist say, yeah, but the shaking is not so great, or artist animator if you want. And maybe the drop is visually more interesting, and it still warn the player, kind of warn the player. So, oh, by the way, I had some, I let the game, I give the game for test to one of my friend, and he thought the drop was something like acid, like will kill you. So it just tried, in the second level, it just tried to avoid the drop. It was just trying to wait for the drop to fall and then jump, which I feel interesting. Why not? It's not a big deal. If he wants, that's fine. A player can test if it's dangerous or not. But it's the screen is only black and white. It's only 2 color screen, right? So normally in a game with a color screen, you will have something like not a dangerous color like blue or whatever, and something toxic like purple or red or green or something like that. Anyway, let's move on. So after that we had the stalagmite. So the stalagmite, I add the check lethal state. So what happened is basically, and I can show you that. I can show you in the last level. That's fine. The last level is very simple. level. So here basically I will put a statuette here, and basically the way to get this statuette is to trigger this stalactite fall, and by falling explode and destroy the stalagmite, right? So, and then you can get the statuette. Here obviously, okay, I can tell you everything about this puzzle. It's quite simple. If you come from here. If you come, you grab the ground, you immediately finish the game. So you complete the game without catching all the statuettes. So what you have to do is jump over the grail, and then go here, get the statuette, and then go get the grail. Right? That's the idea of. I want that if the player finished the level, yeah, I finished, get the grail, and then he say, oh, I only have 9 statuettes. And by the way, I think I placed 10 statuettes in the full game, because I think it's a round number. It would be better than just have 9 or 6, 7 or whatever. So then I want the player to do the game again, replay again, to try to catch all the statuettes, including the last one. But the problem is the stalagmite was not destroyed when the stalactite was falling here. And the reason is because if you remember, we changed before. This was check lethal, and we change it to check lethal beside, because if you place 2 stalagmites next to each other, then one will kill the other one if you just check lethal. So that's why we just wanted to make it just for the explosion, check lethal beside. And before, this function was working because when the stalagmite fall, it also creates some the stalagmite fall, and then it's lethal. The stalagmite was lethal, so the stalactite was lethal. So when it reached and beside the above or beside the stalagmite, then it made this explosion. So obviously I needed to put back a check lethal state in the stalagmite, but I don't want to just use the same. I could have said case check lethal beside or check lethal. Both cases do the same thing. No, if I do that, then I reintroduce the bug that we fixed, which means if you have 2 stalagmites next to each other, one will kill the other. So I needed to do a different test, and finally I just end up doing a very simple test, which is if you're alive, I just check 1 pixel in between the 2 stalagmites. I check 1 pixel here. If you have a lethal pixel in between the 2, then it's safe to say that something lethal come over the stalagmite. Do the same thing, clear the property, blah blah blah, explosion. Okay. Obviously that adds some code to program, but I think it was necessary. I need it for the last level. I think this last level design was quite nice. I was happy with that. We're using this cave. Oh, by the way, I close also this I close also this side because I want it to be enclosed here, so I remove this too. I add some sprite here on the side. All right, so the next change I've done is this is something we will change. We will remove. Actually, I think it's so. Do not need the grail and statuette in the puzzle screen 0 to avoid having them in the menu. So I tried to do that. I did that in the editor, and that's hard coding. And today we will remove that. We will start by removing this. I will explain what we want to do. So I just want it in the screen ID 0, and the type is grail or statuette. Don't write the init function for that, but yeah, obviously it's really hard coded in the editor. But yeah, I don't want to do that anyway. I want to do it differently. because if I had it in the main menu, well, that was useless. I also had to draw a square over it or whatever. Then finish the last puzzle that was not finished. That's true. And by the way, this last puzzle is still have some tuning to do. And fix. Okay. Oh, that was a big one. So I had a bug. I had a bug on the checkpoint and respawn, and it was very troublesome to get fixed. Every time I tried to flash the Arduboy, I had some issue. I had to use the reset button every time I wanted to flash, because I hope it's because the memory was pretty full. I tried to revert, make the map smaller, because I also wanted to add the serial monitor. Just want to print some debug function to understand what was happening, to understand where the bug was, and that was really, really troublesome. I could not figure out just by reading the code. But anyway, what was the bug? The bug was that when you are in the level, so if you are here, it's okay. If you are here, it's okay. That's puzzle 9. And then when you arrive in the last puzzle, 10, I don't show you too much. If I die in this puzzle 10, then I was respawned in puzzle 9, and then the camera was moving back to here, but then it was the current ID all was messed up, and the init function was not correctly called. That was not the correct function to be called, and then obviously there was no item here in this level. So yeah, that was a big issue into our logic of switching the puzzle. So I searched, and I think I finally found it, and then I totally refactor, not totally, but quite a lot refactors. It was not just a simple bug. So obviously it's in the map manager, and actually there was several bugs. Actually there was 2 bugs in one. Okay, so basically it was here. The bug was specifically here. So the first bug was about this flag. Was last transition horizontal? Obviously it's not. It was false. It was false because first you transition like vertically, then you transition again vertically. But this flag was initialized with false. So this one false and this one is false also. So this condition was true, and then this was also kind of true. So is Rick returning was true. That means he thought we were going back instead of we go to the next one. So that was the first bug. But anyway, that bug, as you can see, I just deleted these 2 variables. So let's move on. That's no big deal. That's one reason I refactor, but not the only reason. So yeah, I just delete this flag, these 2 flag. Before, this flag was what? Before I was trying to memorize if I was doing an horizontal transition or vertical transition, and then what was the edge of the transition. But the edge of the transition, which was computed here, was the max of the 2 screen. It doesn't really work well if you go up. Because if you go up, I was considering the edge like the bottom screen, but that's not what you want to do, especially here when you respawn. So that's another problem. I was using this edge coordinate, so when you're respawning I was if I'm here, I was responding with this screen, the bottom screen, because it's the max of the two. Where actually what I want is I want to respond on the top one. Okay, so this edge and screen and the horizontal vertical flag is too complicated. There's a much more simple way to do that, which is basically just storing the previous puzzle screen coordinate x and y. So basically you just memorize what is the screen coordinate x, y. Previously it was this one, now it's this one. And then when you move to here, previous was this one and now it's this one. So you just memorize the current screen and the previous screen. That's it. So which means returning is much more simple. You just check if the new target equal to the previous one. Okay, so now we have the previous, the current, and the next. Okay, so previous, current, next. If the next equal the previous, that means yeah, you are returning. If the next is not the previous, they are different, then you are not returning. That's much more simple. You just check, okay, if my next screen is the previous one. If yes, you are returning. That's quite simple. So if the next is previous, if the two code, yes, you are returning. And now you memorize in the previous, it becomes the current one, and in the current one, it becomes the next one. Much simple, right? Previous get the current get the next. That's it for the switching, which means then here, when you memorize the checkpoint, you just memorize the last checkpoint. What was the checkpoint puzzle screen coordinate, which is the current one, because you memorize the checkpoint. So the current screen is the checkpoint coordinate, and then you memorize also the previous. So last checkpoint previous puzzle screen, which is the previous screen puzzle screen. And you need to memorize the last checkpoint, because when you respawn, you put back in the previous, you put back this one, so you get back what you memorized, and that's it. And in the current, you just put back the checkpoint. So I remove the edge. I rename by removing the edge in the name here. Okay, and that's just renaming some stuff. And here, these two variables has been removed and actually replaced by this one. All right, so that was a big, complicated bug, and took me 2 hours, I think, to find it and fix it. Fix it was much faster, but find it was troublesome. And that's it. Okay, so now what we will do today, well, so if you see, normally it should be like this, and if I save it, I think we are over exceeding the memory size. I will not run it, but I think we are exceeding the size. No, we are not. Oh, that's surprising. But 28750 instead of 672. But the problem about that, let me show you something, is that in the map manager, MapData, sorry, now we have, okay, so we have our first screen, which initializes the stalagmite. It doesn't initialize the grail and the statuette because of the hard code in the editor, but we also have the 12 screen, which is exactly the same, but this time we initialize the start rate and the ground. And basically here and here, it's the same screen. The problem with that is if I reload this in the editor, then this item will be created 2 times in the editor. So if I reload in editor, I just duplicate all the items in these 2 screens, because it's actually the 2 screen located in the same coordinates. So that's a big problem, I think. And also, let's say, for example, if I just remove 1, let's compile to see. And now we are above the 100%. That's funny. before if I put it back, I'm not. So it's 28,732, and if I compile this, 28,750, which is not what I expect. I expected the opposite, actually. But anyway, what I want to say is that basically, for fixing these 2 problems, like reloading and duplicating the items in the editor, that's one problem, and also saving some memory, I would like to, because it's the same screen, put screen 0 here. So that's okay, that's the main menu. But then for my last screen, I also want to init the screen 0. So if we do that, that means we don't need this one. Let me copy this. And here we can put it back, but here maybe we can have a specific case, like checking the game state. So that's a bit that's a different kind of hard coding, but I don't know. I think that should definitely make the program smaller. Let me check the game state. So the game state is in game manager, I think. So if the current menu is playing, then I can init this too. And obviously I need to include the game manager here, which I think I didn't include it yet. So if I compile this, $28,660, 12 byte. That's pretty full. Okay, so that's screen 0, then we don't have the screen 12 anymore. Let me check if it's okay to. So by the way, I tried to fix my camera, the cable. I just the connection cable. It's a strange connection, but I tried to tighten the connection. So hopefully I will have less camera issue on the Arduboy. I should have tried that earlier. So far it seems good. All right, so yes, we don't see the gray out. We don't see the statuette. On the main menu, which is good. I will not play the full game. I don't want to show you again this last level. But I think I've done another small change in the level you already know. So let me show you. So if I go back, by the way, no, I cannot. Yeah. So I speedrun the game. I don't catch the statuette. So I added one statuette here in this level just to make it 10. Like I said, I want to have 10. Oh! And on the bottom left corner here, that's easy to get. There's no trap for the statuette, but just wanted to make it 10. So, and okay, this is something I didn't test. Okay, so it's not working. I wanted to remove one, but to remove one here in this level, but the skeleton is going down, which is fine. So start working. I will put it back. All right. So let me put it back. The reason why I wanted to remove that is because also during playtest I have noticed that player just tend to go here naturally, so they don't really understand why it is necessary to not kill the skeleton with the bullet, because obviously it would be much easier to kill the skeleton with a bullet. I mean, what I want them is to unlearn what I teach them here. In this level, most players will first go down, then they will realize, but I cannot go up, he's going, so I have to kill him first. You have to kill him first, then go down. Here I want to do the opposite. You cannot kill it first, you have to keep it alive and kill it with this in order to be able to pass. But the problem is with this configuration, most players will naturally go here because they don't realize that they can just, and I know why. I think I know why. The reason why is because they, to jump on this platform, they want first to jump here and then jump here, because although you can jump from here to here, it's more natural to jump here than jump here. So if you go there, then you have what you're looking for. So I can put a ladder here. If I put a ladder here, but still I think. So no, I think I really want to have the same kind of configuration as in this puzzle with a split here. So to do that, I have to block the head. Yeah, I can block the head like this one. This one block the head, and but still, if the still player will still go here to jump. So I can block the head or block the feet. So maybe something like this. So player will just say, okay, yeah, I can just go up, 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 and then kill him here, and then maybe block the head here. It's a bit ugly. Nope, I wanted this here. Yeah, I think this way works better. This way, one player will analyze, okay, I can go up here, and then I will kill him from here, and then crawl under, and then when I'm here, cannot pass. And then they realize, oh no, I need to go here first, and then I can go here. Let's try this. I'm sorry, I'm doing level design. No, it's okay. We will stop here. Just want to do what I say I will do. Sorry, no time to place the second dynamite. So if I do that, I'm a player and I will do this, and then I say, yeah, cool, let's pass, and then, oh, what's that? Okay. Then you have to go here. Can do that, yep. I can just do that. Yeah, I think this way that works. Then visually speaking, maybe visually speaking, I want one more like this. It's maybe more symmetrical. No, I'll remove that one. I think it's better like that. Okay. Yeah, player will see that the skeleton is blocked here, and it will say, "Ah, no problem. I can go here, kill him. That's an easy puzzle." And then that's why you should always play test. Make your game, give your game to a tester, and see what he's doing. All right, so about this issue here, let's modify the. Oh, I think. The screen 7 is already like the screen 0, so we will have duplicate item if I try to reload the level. You know what, I will just revert the map data. Revert. Okay. So yeah, I just revert the map data. Oh no! I lost what I've just done. Never mind, we will redo it. Okay, let's redo it. Sorry, but yeah, I want the grail to be here. Otherwise, I have duplicated items when I reload it. So sorry. So let's redo quickly this and this. No, no. I think it was this one. This one. This one. Yeah, I think it was like that. Yep. Okay, and let's just save it. Okay, so this hard code, I want to remove it, so let's just remove. And basically I need to check if I don't want to hard code it, if the last screen is inside. No, if the last screen is equal to the first screen, but for that I need to check the puzzle coordinate. Get puzzle screen count from wall. So I think it's in the in function. In the function that write all the puzzle screen, that I should check if this is if it's something that I already wrote. So write level data, write item instance, write init function, write init function array. This one also. First clear the flag. Okay, write init function for one screen. Write init function of the main menu. Okay. Then rebuild the path. Then for each init function all screen. Okay, so we have our puzzle path. I will. So, in the level design, you cannot have like a three-way, like a puzzle from two exit. Like you can go to this screen or you can go to that screen. Coming from this screen, you cannot go here and here, for example. It's always one path. This is already pretty well defined in the editor, so that's fine. So the only way to be able to have the same screen is when you loop. So when this is the only condition. If one screen is coming back to a screen already existing, but you create a loop, and which is the case here with the kind of the case with the main menu. Because if you cannot have like I'm going here and then I'm going somewhere else. Well, you could if in one puzzle screen you have it's split. Yeah, you could if it's split. Let's say, let me launch Paint. So let's say if you have I'm just drawing some screen. Okay. So imagine, but yeah, the puzzle, the path builder is not designed for that. But imagine that you have this. A puzzle screen like this, which is, I don't know, split in two. And maybe you have this like this here. Okay. So you could have something like I'm going from here then to here, and then maybe go back here and come back here and here and here, for example. So that means you could have init function call for this screen here. You can see my mouse, yeah. Then init function call from this one, then init function call from this one, then init function call again for this one. And you don't want to duplicate the init function call here. You just want to call the same init function. But basically, if you do that, like if you have some enemies on this screen, blah blah blah, I have an enemies here, and I have another enemies here. So init function call, well, the two enemy will be spawned. Then I go here, they will despawn. Then when I come here, the two init will be spawned again. The two enemy will be spawned again, even if you kill that one. I think so, because you are not going back. If you are going here and then go back, yes, this one will not be spawned, only this one will be spawned. But if you go here and here, it's a progression in the puzzle screen, so normally I think these two will be spawned again, which is not a big deal because you cannot access this guy, so you're just but anyway, again, that's a very strange edge case that you're pushing the level design here. Actually, spoiler alert, I've done a little bit something like that in one of the puzzle, where you go to one puzzle and then come back. But okay, but it's not exactly this one. Is because I am just going up and down on the same puzzle. So um, anyway, I don't know if it works. Anyway, um, so yeah. So the puzzle path. Uh, the problem was the problem with this situation here is that the puzzle path will have a lot of trouble because you have 1, 2, and 3 exits, and that's really the puzzle path doesn't check if there is a red wall in between. It doesn't check that there's one entry and only one exit. You think, oh, there's one exit here, but there's another exit here, so maybe the puzzle path will will totally think that the path should be like this one, for example. Instead of going up. So if that kind of situation should happen, then that means the puzzle path algorithm should be able to check everything, or maybe just leave it to the user to define the path by himself. But yeah. Anyway, puzzle path here we have it. And I think it's in that function. Yeah, no, here we should check if this one was already written. If yes, then we don't need to write it again, and we just have to refer it again in the init function array. So if we are checking here, maybe we could add in the so the function array use I, but we can just basically give a parameters in this path node to say, oh no, it's not screen 12, it's screen 0 or whatever. It's not screen 5, it's screen 3 again. I think we had the screen ID here, yes. And so we can just modify the screen ID. So let me check where screen ID is used. Okay, so we have it here, just to write init function. Let's go to definition of that. Screen ID. Okay, that's to write the name of the function. And that's it. Okay, this is good. This is really good. I like when this variable is not used so much. And then here, instead of using I, we should use the screen ID. but here I just iterate on I just give the screen count and just iterate on I. So I think I should give again the puzzle path, or iterate on the puzzle path and use it. Well, if I iterate on puzzle path, there will not be the 0, so we can add the 0. Okay, so I finished my thinking. Now let's implement it. Okay, so here we're changing for iterate on the puzzle path instead of I, and then here we this plus screen ID to string. Okay, so instead of iterating on I, we just write the screen ID, and they are in the correct order. That's fine, but we also need to write the screen 0, which is not in the puzzle path. So init the screen 0, which is the main menu, which is not in the puzzle path. Init the other screens, and then we iterate on the puzzle path. So we don't need the screen count anymore. And this one is called here. I don't need it. And then here I want to check if we already have met this screen. Okay, so how to check that? So this is where I think I will kind of hard code it. Like I said, we can only have a loop, so I will just do another kind of hard code it for easier implementation. Later we can refine by writing a function for that. So if screen path not x equals 0 and screen path not y equal 0, then I override the screen ID and then I also don't write it. Continue. So special hard code case if the last screen, if one of the screen of the puzzle path is the main menu, do not skip it. Just keep it, because we already wrote the init function. Okay, so I cannot iterate on that, I guess, because I'm in a for each loop. So let's transform that in a for loop. get the current screen path node. Okay. Write the init function for the current path node. All right, so, and then that's not it. So also in this write init function, I think we should check, we should add the test. If it's a game state is playing, then I write this, otherwise no. I can give a parameters that will be cleaner. Then we if later we want to refactor, we only refactor this function. So we can give a bool parameters to say that's the main menu function. Go to definition. Screen ID, top left, bool is main menu screen. Okay, and then here in our hard-coded, so I will put back our hard-coded code, but it's a bit less hard-coded now. F is main menu screen. So let me go back. No, let me compare. I just want to get back the code that I just deleted. Yeah, this one. Yeah, reload it. Yeah, I just get it back from Git. Hello. Ah, it's here. Okay, so I was saying, if so I don't check this, I just check this. It's the same, but it's less clean. So special outcode for level of the main menu, init init some items, init only some specific items in playing state of the game. So, okay. The problem is we have to sort the item type. In item on screen, add the item in the map manager. A checkpoint if we need to. Okay. So I need to sort the item. Maybe it depends on this one. Let's see this. Let's say this function will give it sorted. We can modify this function to give the item list sorted. So let's continue here. I don't know exactly. How to check. I have a for each here. Let's say I can say after the first item I write it everywhere, and then after a certain number I write this, but and no, actually, yes, actually this for loop should be split. If we sort the item, then this for loop should be split. One for the item that we always call, and then for the other item. Yeah, that makes more sense. So it's not inside this; it's outside. Then the following items must only be in it for the game and not in the main menu. If and this is where I deleted the code, but that's okay. Game manager, current state equal Game manager playing. Blah 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 blah. So maybe I can just modify the item on screen and split it in two. Yeah, let's do that. Special case for the main menu. We split the items in two lists. So item on screen in game while playing. Let's make an empty list. And here, just remove this. Okay, so by default we write all the item in screen. If we have special case for main menu, we write the item on screen while playing. Okay. Let's add another tab here for respecting the formatting. And then here we can split. With a for loop. Oh. So I will do the opposite, just like move everything except stalagmite and stalactite. Stalactite, stalagmite. Okay, so I need item. Okay, so we iterate on the item. If the item is different from stalagmite, stalactite, then we move the item into the other list, add item, and we remove it from this list. Remove add, and then decrease EI. So we transfer it into the other list. So this is still hard coded. Ideally, we should have some settings in the editor to let the user specify which type of item he wants in the main menu and which one he wants in the game. But let's do it like this for now. So all right, let's test it. I will trace it because I'm not sure of my function. Okay, so now I will put back our grail here and also put the statuette here, and then let's save it. So the first one, yeah. So that's stalagmite, stalactite. Okay. The other one. Okay, and now if we check our tool list, so here we have statuette, grail, stalagmite, stalagmite, stalactite, stalactite, stalactite. Okay, seems good. So blah blah blah, then we iterate here. Oh, by the way, checkpoint. No, the checkpoint is iterating on this one. Which is if I put the checkpoint in the last screen, then this one will not be exported. So probably here I need to also keep the checkpoint inside the item on screen. Yep. I don't have one here, but it's a potential bug. Let's remove. Let's see, or MapData. Okay, screen 0, no checkpoint, and the following. started with Grail. Seems good. I want to add a space here, and screen 11, and then screen 0. No, it should not be screen 12. Should be screen 0 here. Okay. So let's fix various issue. Rick, horizontal spike, maybe script. I think it's Rick. So I need one space here before. And okay, so what happened with the screen array? Oh, I don't need to continue here. Because now I want to write it. Oh no, I don't want to write it, sorry. That was good. I think it's because I rebuilt it the second time. That's in the draw. No, I don't. Let's put a breakpoint. Don't get it. Let me check something. Okay, it's not double. Let's save it. Okay. And this one continue. Okay. then write init array. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it's 12. Why? 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 I think I just modified the local variable. Is it a struct? Is screenPass not a struct? Probably it's a struct. Go to definition. Ah, it's a struct. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Normally I don't use so much struct in C#. I kind of used to use classes. So we need to change this. What happened? List of the screen that screens. Cannot modify a return value. What? I need to override it? It's a list of personal path node. How about that? Save. Okay. We need screen 0. That's better. And here. Okay. And then I think here we should include the game manager, which I forgot. Okay, let's do that. It's in right headers. Go to definition. It's game manager. Let's save it. All right, so check again. Okay, we have our game manager and all right, let's compile. 28 256 Okay, let's run it. Oh, I think I didn't place at the correct place. Sorry. But at least we can check. Okay, in the main menu, no problem. Oh, okay. Yeah, I reverted. Okay. Let's move our spawn point to the end. Oh, I lost all my items. In the end, never mind. Save. Okay. Play. Okay, we have our grail and statuette. So I can show you the last puzzle screen. You have to avoid this. You have to jump here. Avoid this. Avoid this. Jump here. Okay. And yeah, we have our main character still drawn here. And that's why in my to-do list I wrote main character position at the end of the game. Yeah. We can fix that after. What time is it? 1:30. Okay. But I think it's pretty okay. Stalagmite instant duplicated, so that's the bug I was saying because of puzzle screen 0 and 12, so we can remove this. Main character at the end. I found a bug here that I note. Maybe I cannot reproduce it, but and the mirror left wall is not correct for the first. Yeah, I can show you this. On the left wall, it's not mirror, but it should mirror, which means the left, the sprite here doesn't consider outside of the screen as collision. So it's a bit less beautiful than in the editor. In the editor, it's correctly mirror here. But anyway, okay, so I think we are pretty good here. I will just revert the map data again to get back my okay, that's reverted, and then reopen it. Okay, I found back my item, and then again I lost this last level, so let's redo it again, hopefully for this last time. 3 times done today. I forgot which one I used. Maybe I used that one. It was not exactly like this, but okay, that one. Oh yeah, I remember it was something like this one, and it was like this one, this one, this one, and this one here. Yep. And this one here. forgot. Maybe it's better to put it here actually. Yeah. Save. Okay. Let's try to save it with this. I want to here. Okay. Save. $28,662. 10 bytes before the end. Let's check the map data. So we have our game manager, we have our change in the level, we have the new init here on the last screen, and the grail moved from screen 11 to 0, which is here. Okay, yeah, that's the correct save. This one should have 10 statuette, yes, and now we have 13 because there is the screen, the main menu, which count as one screen in the list. What about a readme? Yep. And all the new change in the export. Game manager, the split of the list, and the init function, and the array. Okay. So modify the editor to be able to write the init function only once if the main menu screen is reused in the game. All right, I think I will stop here. So yeah, thanks for watching. So we still have some few change, like a few bugs, like the position of the freak of the main character after you completed the level. So that's in the game engine that we should change something. If we don't have enough space with the few minor change I will continue to do, I still have a plan to optimize a bit more. Mostly the y coordinate of the item. So right now we're using int for x and y, but for the y, since we only have 4 screens in the full game, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each screen is 64 pixels, so we can save it on one char, on 1 byte. That will be 4 times 64, 255, 256. So that's okay, but not on the X. The X is like 1 to 3 screens, and it's 128, so it's more than 256. So if we are lacking of space, we can try to change the Y but not the X. Obviously that will put one constraint on the editor, which means you cannot make a very deep level, deep game. You have to be constrained on 4 screens vertically, but without limit horizontally. So that's a plan if we cannot fit all the game in after the change. But anyway, it's become dark here. Thanks for watching, and then see you in the next video. Bye bye.